Hi, I'm Alfia. Welcome to this introduction video on tax invoices. In this video, you will be able to understand what a tax invoice is and why it is important to issue one. Businesses in the UAE are required to issue a tax invoice for every taxable transaction in order to comply with the VAT law. A tax invoice records details of the transaction, including the amount of tax charged, and is necessary for businesses to fulfill their tax obligations and for customers to claim input tax credits. Failure to comply with the tax invoice requirements can result in penalties. A tax invoice, also commonly known as a VAT invoice, is a document which records the details of a taxable supply. If you are a VAT registered person or business, you must issue an original tax invoice to the recipient of a standard rated supply of goods or services. It is important to note that a tax invoice must be issued within 14 calendar days of the date of supply. If the supply is zero rated, then the supplier is not required to issue a tax invoice if there are sufficient records available to establish the particulars of the supply. In some cases, the FTA may determine that it is impractical for a tax invoice to be issued, and thus, tax invoices, or certain particulars in tax invoices, may not be required. If a registered agent makes a supply of goods or services on behalf of the principal, then the agent may issue a tax invoice, as if they are making the taxable supply, as long as the principal does not issue a tax invoice as well. It is important for both suppliers and recipients of goods and services to obtain and keep tax invoices. For suppliers, a valid tax invoice is important, as it may dictate the time of supply, and therefore, determine in which tax period the output tax should be accounted for. For customers, a valid tax invoice is also essential, as it is needed as evidence to support the recovery of VAT incurred on purchases as input tax. Receiving a tax invoice also ensures transparency regarding the VAT amounts charged. So, in conclusion, it is important for both suppliers and recipients of goods and services to obtain and keep tax invoices. Thank you for watching the video. Please stay tuned for our next video.